37. 37 years of age when he passed. John was always a sickly lad from the day of his birth. He lived a short life, but he lived a full one. During his final illness, Lady Gregory and I found occasion to sit and speak and conjecture about the supposed fate of his work. And we took some solace in reflecting that, unlike ourselves, who'd made several artistic experiments in public, that John should leave nothing behind that might be wished away. However, he was quite concerned about the fate of his various manuscripts and papers. And so, on the evening of the night that he passed, he sent me word he would like for me to come to him the following morning. Some weeks after his death, I was contacted by his executors, and they told me that they'd found among his effects a letter that was addressed to myself. May the 4th, 1908. Dear Yeats, this is only to go to you if anything should go wrong with me under the operation or after. I'm a little bothered about my papers. I have a certain amount of verse that I think would be worth preserving, possibly the first and the third acts of Deirdre. The other early stuff I wrote I've kept as a curiosity, but I am quite anxious that it should not get into print. It is a rather hard thing to ask you, Yeats, but I do not want my good things destroyed or my bad things printed rashly. Especially that morbid thing I wrote about a mad fiddler in Paris, which I do hate. Do what you can. Good luck, JMC. I promised myself that I would follow his wishes to the best of my ability. However, among his effects, there were some works that I felt should not be confined to the annals of obscurity, and this one I will share with you now. It's entitled Queens. 7 dog days we let pass, naming Queens and Glen McNass. All the rare and royal names, wormy sheepskin yet retains. Etame, Helen, Maeve and fond, golden Deirdre's tender hand. Bert the Bigfoot, sung by Villain, Cassandra, Ronsard found in Leon. Queens of Sheba, Maith and Connaught, quath with crown or gaudy bonnet. Queens whose finger once did stir men. Queens were eaten of fleas and vermin. Queens men drew like Mona Lisa, or slew with drugs in Rome and Pisa. We named Lucrezia Crivelli, and Titian's lady with the amber belly. Queens acquainted in learned sin, Jane of Jewry's slender shape. Queens who cut the bows of Clonagh, Judith of Scripture and Gloriana. Queens who wasted the East by proxy, or who drove an ass cart, a tinker's doxy. Yet these are rotten. I ask their pardon, and weave the sun on rock and garden. These are rotten, so you're the queen of all the living, or have been.
lying down. But help her. Maybe sleeping if she's able. What is it you have?
The young priest is after bringing them. It's a shirt and a plain stocking were got off a drowned man in Donegal. We're to find out if it's Michael's. They are. Sometime herself will be down looking by the sea.
But how would they be Michael's, Nora? How would he go the length of that to reach the far north?
The young priest says he's known the light of it. If it's Michael's, they are, says he. You can tell herself he's got a clean burial by the grace of God. If they're not his, let no one say a word about them, for she'll be getting her death, says he, with crying and lamenting.
Did you ask him, would he stop Bartley going this day with the Narçisse and now live there?
I'll not stop him, says he, but let you not be afraid. Herself does be saying prayers half through the night, and the Almighty God won't leave her destitute, says he, with no son living.
Is the sea bad? Or the white rocks now?
Middle and bad, God help us. There's a great roaring in the west, and it's worse it'll be getting when the tides turn to the wind. Shall I open it now?
Maybe she'd wake up on us. And come in before we're done. It's a long time we'll be, and the two of us crying.
She's moving about on the bed. She'll be coming in a minute.
Give me the lantern. I'll put them up in the turret loft. The way she won't know them at all, and maybe when the tide turns, she'll be going down to see what you've been floating in from the east.
Isn't it turf enough you have for this day and evening?
There's the cake, making the fire for a short space. And Bartley will want it when the tide turns, if he goes to Connemara.
He won't go this day. With the wind rising from the south and west, he won't go this day. For the young priest will stop him surely.
He'll not stop him, Mother. And I heard Eamon Simon and Stephen Feety and Colin Sean saying he would go.
Where is he itself?
He went down to see would there be another boat sailing in a week. And I'm thinking it won't be long till he's here now. The tide's turning at the Green Head and the hooker's stacking from the east.
Oh,
I hear someone passing the big stones.
He's coming now, and he in a hurry.
Where's the bit of new rope, Cathleen? Was bought in Connemara?
Give it to him. Nah. It's hung out by the white barns. I hung it up this morning for the pig with the black feet was eating it.
Is that his, Bartley?
you do right to leave that rope, Bartley, hanging by the boards. He'll be wanted in this place, I'm telling you. If Michael is washed up tomorrow morning, or the next morning, or any morning in the week, for it's a deep grave, we'll make it, by the grace of God.
I've no help for the way I can ride down on the mare. And I must go now, quickly. This is the one boat going for 2 weeks or beyond it. And the fare will be a good fare for horses, I heard them saying below.
It's a hard thing they'll be saying below. If the body is washed up and there's no man in it to make the coffin. And I after giving a big price for the finest white boards you'd find in Connemara.
How would it be washed up? And we after looking each day for 9 days, and a strong wind blowing a while back from the west and south.
Oh, if it wasn't now itself, that wind is raising the sea. And there was a star up against the moon, and it's rising in the night. If it was 100 horses, or 1,000 horses you had itself, what is the price of 1,000 horses against the sun, when there is one sun only?
Let you go down each day and see the sheep aren't jumping in on the ride. And if the jobber comes, you can sell the pig with the black feet. There's a good price going.
How would it like a herd get a good price for a pig?
The last one holds with the last bit of the moon. Let you and Nora get a wheat enough for another cock for the kettle. It's hard set will be from this day with no one in it but one man to work.
Oh, its hard set will be surely the day that you're drowned with the rest. What way will I live? And the girls with me? And I, an old woman looking for the grave?
Is she coming to the pier?
She's passing the green head and letting fall her sails.
They'll have half an hour to go down. And you'll see me coming again in 2 days. Or maybe in 3 days. Or maybe in 4 days, if the wind is bad.
Isn't it a hard and cruel man? Won't hear a word from an old woman, and she home him from the sea.
It's the life of a young man to be going on the sea. And who would listen to an old woman with one thing, and she's saying it over?
I must go now, quickly. I'll ride down on the red mare and the grey pony will run behind me. Blessing of God on you.
He's gone now. God spare us. We'll not see him again. He's gone now. And when the black night has fallen, I'll have no son left me in the world.
Why wouldn't you give him your blessing? And he looking round in the dark. Isn't it sorrow enough is on everyone in this house, without your sending him out with an unlucky word behind him, and a hard word in his ear?
Oh, you're taking away the tart from the cake.
So God forgive us, Nora, we're after forgetting his bit of bread.
Oh, it's to strike he'll be going till dark night, and he after eating nothing since the sun went up.
It's to strike he'll be surely. There's no sense left in any person in the house where an old woman will be talking forever. Let's go down now to the spring well, and ye give him this, and be passing. You'll see him then, and the dark will be broken, and you can say, God speed you. Will he be easing his mind?
Will I be in it as soon as himself?
If you go now, quickly.
Oh, it's hard set I am to walk.
Give us a stick, Nora, or maybe it's just up on the big stones.
What stick?
The stick Michael brought from Connemara.
after them for their sons and children. But in this place, it is the young men do be leaving things behind for them that do be old.
Wait, Nora! Maybe she turned back quickly. She's that far that help her. You wouldn't know the things she'd do.
Is she going round by the bush?
She's gone now. I threw it down quickly because the Lord knows that she'll be out of it again.
The young priest said he'd be passing tomorrow, and we might go down and speak to him below if it's Michael's. They are, surely.
Did he say which way they were found?
There were 2 men, says he, and they roamed around with poaching before the cocks crowed, and the hour of one of them caught the body. They passed in the black cliffs of the north.
Give me a knife, Nora. The strings have perished with the salt water, and there's a black knot in it you wouldn't loosen in a week.
I've heard tell it was a long way to Donegal.
'Tis surely. There was a man here a while ago. A man told us that night. And he said, if you set off walking from the rocks beyond, it'd be 7 days you'd be in Donegal.
And what time would a man take? And be floating?
The Lord spare us, Nora. Isn't it a queer, hard thing to say if it's his they are, surely?
I'll get his shirt off the hook. The way we can put the one flannel on the other. It's not with them, Cathleen, and where will it be?
I'm thinking Bartley put it on him in the morning, for his own shirt was heavy with the salt in it. There's a bit of sleep of the same stuff. Give me that, it will do. The same stuff. Nora. But if it is itself, aren't there great rolls of it in the shops of Galway? And isn't it many another man may have a shirt of it as well as Michael himself?
It's Michael. Kathleen, it's Michael. God spare his soul, and what will herself say when she hears the story of Bartley on the sea?
Thanks, stop
It's the second one and the third pair I knitted, and I put up 3 score stitches and they dropped 4 of them.
Set no point. Nora, isn't it a better thing to think of him floating that way to the far north? And to know him to keen him with the black hand till they be flying in the sea?
And isn't it a pitiful thing when there is nothing left of the man who was a great rower and fisher, but a bit of an old shirt and a plaid stocking?
Tell me, is herself coming, Nora? I hear a little sound on the path.
She is, Kathleen. She's coming up to the door.
Put these things away before she'll come in. Maybe it's easier she'll be after giving Bartley her blessing. And we won't let Tommy put anything the time he's on the sea.
We'll put them here in the corner. Well, did she see it was crying? That I was?
Get you back to the door. Where the light will not be on you.
from this day.
Did you see Bartley?
I seen the fearfulest thing.
God forgive you. He's riding there over the green hedge and a grey pony behind him.
A great pony behind him.
What is it ails you at all?
I seen the fearfulest thing that any person has seen since the day Bridie Dara seen the dead man with the child in his arms.
Tell us what it is you seen.
I went down to the spring well, and I stood there, saying a prayer to myself. And Bartley came by, and he riding on the red mare, with the grey pony behind him. Oh, Son of God, spare us, Nora.
What is it you've seen?
I seen Michael himself. Oh.
You did not, Mother. It wasn't Michael you seen, for his body is after being found in the far north, and he's had a clean burial by the grace of God.
I'm after seeing him this day, and he riding and galloping. Bartley came first, riding on the red mare, and I tried to say Godspeed you, but something choked the words in my throat. He went by quickly, and the blessed of God on you, says he. And I could say nothing. I looked up then, and I crying at the grey pony. And there was Michael upon it, with fine clothes on him, and no shoes on his feet. Oh.
Didn't the young priest say the Almighty God wouldn't leave her destitute with no son living?
It's little the likes of him knows the sea. Bartley will be lost now. And let you call in Eamon and make me a good coffin out of the white boards, for I won't live after them. I've had a husband, and a husband's father, and 6 sons in this house, 6 fine men. Oh, it was a hard birth I had with every one of them, and they coming in the world. And some of them were found, and some of them were not found. But they're all gone now. The lot of them. There was Stephen and Sean, were lost in the great wind, and found after in the Bay of Gregory of the Golden Mouth, and carried up, the 2 of them, on one plank, and in by that door. Oh.
Did you hear that, Cathleen? Did you hear a noise in the northeast? There's someone after crying out by the seashore.
There is Seamus, and his father again, were lost in the dark night, and not a stick or sign was seen of them when the sun went up. There was Patch, after, was drowned out of a curragh that turned over. I was sitting here with Bartley, and he a baby, lying on my 2 knees. And I saw 2 women, and 3 women, and 4 women coming in, and they crossing themselves, and not saying a word. And I looked out then, and I saw coming after them men, and they carrying the thing in the half of a red sail, with water dripping out of it. It was a dry day, Nora, and leaving a track to the door. Is it Patch? Or Michael? Or what is it at all?
Michael is after being found in the far north, and the sea is found there. How could she be here, in this place?
There does be a power of young men floating around in the sea. And what way would they know if it was Michael they had? Or another man like him? For when a man is 9 days in the sea and the wind blowing, it's hard set his own mother would be to know what man was it.
It's Michael. God spare it. But they're after sending us a bit of his clothes from the far north.
They're carrying everything among them. There's water dripping out of it and leaving a track by a big stone.
It's Bartley, is it?
It is, Charlie. God rest his soul.
Oh.
Oh no!
Hoy!
What way was he drowned?
The great pony knocked him into the sea. He was washed up by the great surf on the white rocks.
They're all gone now. And there isn't anything more the sea can do to me. I'll have no call now to be up crying and praying when the wind breaks from the south, and you can hear the surf is in the east and the surf is in the west, making a great stir with the 2 noises, and they hitting one on the other. I'll have no call now to be going down for the holy water in the dark nights after Samhain. And I won't care what way the sea is when the other women will be keening. Give me the holy water, Nora. There's a small sup still on the dresser. That I haven't prayed for you, Bartley. The Almighty God. It isn't that I haven't said prayers in the dark night till you wouldn't know what I'd be saying. But it's a great rest I'll have now. And it's time, surely. It's a great rest I'll have now, and great sleeping in the long nights after sowing. Even if it's only a bit of wet flour we do have to eat, or maybe a fish that would be stinking.
Maybe yourself and Eamon would make a coffin when the sun rises. We'd have fine white bards herself pot. God help her. Thinking Michael would be found, and I happen to cake. You can each one be working.
Are there nails with it?
There are not, Colin. We didn't think of the nails.
It's a great wonder she wouldn't take any nails. As many coffins as she's seen made already.
It's getting old she is. And broken.
She's quiet now and easy. But the day Michael was drowned, you could hear her crying out from this to the spring well. It's wonder she wasn't Michael. And would anyone have thought that?
An old woman will soon be tired of anything she will do. And isn't it 9 days herself was after crying and keening, making great sorrow in the house?
Oh. They're all together now. And the end has come. May the Almighty God have mercy on Bartley's soul, and on Michael's soul, and on the souls of Seamus and Pat, and Stephen and Sean. And may he have mercy on my soul, Nora, and on the souls of everyone's left living in the world. Michael has a clean burial in the far north, by the grace of the Almighty God. Bartley will have a fine coffin out of the white boards, and a deep grave, surely. What more could we want than that? No man at all can be living forever. And we must be satisfied.
owner of Narçisse Theater Company and director of this show. Listen. Thank you very much. Real quick, just raise your hands. This is your first time ever to a Narçisse Theater Company production? Raise your hand. Awesome, you guys are the most important people here. Thank you very much for coming out. Listen, let me tell you a little bit about Narçisse Theater Company. Started in 2016, Narçisse Theater Company is a 5-block-led, multicultural, nonprofit theater company and arts education organization based here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. A little bit about us. We try to be the People's Theater Company, Harrisburg's theater company. To that end, half the shows that we do every single season are original plays and works of art by local playwrights and local performance artists. Also, because, we're trying to be a People's Theater Company, we never, ever, 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 ever charge more than $15 for a ticket to any one of our shows. Also, every single one of our Sunday matinees, any size donation gets you a ticket because we never want money to get between you and us, our audience. Also, if you want the little known fact about Narçisse Theater Company, the last 6 years we've been working out at Harrisburg Midtown Arts Center. We are so thankful. They've been such a great support to us, but we kind of outgrew them. So now we have a space of our own, thank God, down at 312 Chestnut Street. We moved in there in April. Right now, we are in the middle of our renovations. Matter of fact, next Saturday and Sunday, we are having a painted black paint party. We are painting the walls and the ceilings of our new place, and we are looking for volunteers. If you don't have time to volunteer, you know what? You can look into your program, or you can go ahead and pull out one of these. We got some in the back. If you will, please, if you would like to donate, scan this or go check out our website at www.narcissetheater.org. Coming up, what do we got going on? Well, we're opening in April and May. We're going to be doing our first show. It is this incredible one-act play, ripped right out of the headlines, kind of, unfortunately. It has to do a lot about Black Lives Matter and policing in this country, called American Son by Christopher Demos Ward. That's happening in May. In June, we are so proud to be the host venue for Juneteenth Harrisburg's 2023, put on by the Young Professionals of Color, Greater Harrisburg. We are holding the Black Performance Arts Mashup June 14th. Absolutely free to the public. That is going to be from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Theater, music theater, stand-up, improv, dancers and musicians of all types. Check out JuneteenthHBG.com for more information, or you can check out our website again, narcissetheater.org. Later on in the summer, we're having our signature event. This is our 3rd annual free Italian Lake Theater Series production. This year, we are going to be doing the tragical history of Dr. Faustus by Christopher Marlowe. You gotta sell your soul to the devil sometimes, folks. You're gonna have a chance to do it this upcoming Labor Day. And we're going to be doing, and we're going to have, like I said, we're going to be announcing our upcoming season and our upcoming season of originals. So listen, if you really would like it, if you would donate, please do that. If not, we would also love it if you could volunteer. But if you really want to help us out in Narçisse Theater Company, and with our friends there at Gamut, we have one more show left of Thistle and Salt. Get on your socials, get out to your friends. If you enjoy the show, if you see value in what we're doing, word of mouth is our best friend. So please let people know we have another show tomorrow. Tell them that you saw tonight's show. Tell them that you saw what you saw in Narçisse Theater Company and Gamut, and you liked what you saw. If you hated it, please send us your enemies. We'll take their money and they can suffer the same way you did. Listen, I'll be downstairs if you want to talk more about Irish Renaissance theater or medieval morality plays, or how to donate to Narçisse Theater Company. I would love to talk to you downstairs. Thank you very much, everybody. Give yourselves a big round of applause.